Hello friends, today I'm going to share with you an incredible topic about space, how our sun will one day die and what will happen to Earth in the process. One day our sun will die and turn into a faint star called a white dwarf, but before that, it is expected to expand and become a red giant, reaching a diameter that will swallow the Earth. Yes, you heard that right, the sun could swallow the Earth when it becomes a red giant. If it fails to reach this diameter, the Earth is still in danger of extinction, even when the sun shrinks and becomes a white dwarf. Despite frequent solar flares at the moment, our star is very stable. If it weren't, we wouldn't be alive today, but this stability won't last forever. Like all stars the size of the sun, our star will first go through a red giant phase, and then it will shed most of its material into space and turn into a white dwarf. When it reaches this stage, the Earth will reach a temperature far beyond habitable temperatures. But what will happen to Earth? Even if the sun doesn't swallow the Earth in the red giant phase, even in the white dwarf phase, our planet will face new threats. A team led by Professor Boris Gensicke of the University of Warwick and Dr. Amornrat Ongwerijwit of Naresuan University has been tracking 3 different white dwarf stars for a long time. They have found that the brightness of these stars varies according to the objects they swallow, scattering dust in the process. Although white dwarfs are much less massive than stars in the previous stage, their gravitational field is much stronger because they are denser. Gensicke and his team noted that asteroids, satellites, and even planets near white dwarfs can be torn into tiny pieces by this giant gravitational force. The dust created by this fragmentation temporarily stays in front of the star, changing its brightness. One of the 3 stars targeted in the study appeared to be stable, but it was found to be recovering from a cataclysmic event that occurred more than a decade ago. The second star was slowly increasing in brightness, while the third star was losing brightness every few months and changing brightness within minutes. During their red giant phase, these stars must have cleaned up their immediate surroundings by swallowing them up. In other words, the objects that are now turning to dust correspond to objects in the solar system at the distance of Mars, the asteroid belt, and the planets beyond. If our Earth survives the sun's red giant phase, it will be a much bigger target than an insignificant asteroid and much harder to smash. But as the planet that will remain in the innermost orbit, there is also a great risk that it will be affected by the dust emitted by the white dwarf. Friends, the dangers and wonders that await us in space do not end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information about the death of the sun and the future of Earth.